So, hi, it's me, Off Xavier, the most flawless fuck up them all. And today, I just wanted to come out here and talk about the fact that as black people, we need to stop basically slandering Lil Nas X for his video because what he did was not only extremely smart, it just opens up a bigger conversation about how people will conserve themselves in their beliefs so hard that they don't look at the bigger picture of what something is to be done. And I think where I want to start this off is it's the funniness in how people speak. Now, if you've been on Twitter today, you've seen that Jordan Lucas said, I think the biggest problem for me is the fact that he don't understand Old Town Road is every kid's anthem. Children love him for that record. They tuned in and subscribed to his channel. So with no disclaimer, he just like dropped some left field ish. Okay. Why does anybody want to know what Jordan Lucas thinks? First of all, his album flopped, and even though this isn't a part of the point, I think it should be a bigger conversation about why do people who are never as successful as people always feel the need to speak out about something negatively when they always have so much that can be thrown back against them. And not only that, it's the fact that he's saying this as if he's on some moral high ground above him. And even though it doesn't come up directly as that, he's calling this some left field ish. The problem with that statement is that it demonizes him, no pun intended, it demonizes Lil Nas X for his video when I could demonize Jordan Lucas just as much because you literally had a woman beater on multiple videos and in multiple songs. Like it's not even debatable that Chris Brown's a one beater. He did it, and it's like people still support him. I don't know why, but they do, and it's just as problematic to have these very violent figures in your videos and collaborate with these people, but you want to draw the line at Lil Nas X. That's a bit odd because, again, what has Lil Nas X really done? He made a song, okay? He made art. Are we gonna start going against everybody who makes art that's not ingrained? It's not like he told a bunch of people, hey, go out and praise Satan and attack Christians and do all this violent shit. No, he just made a video. And you think, funny enough, that Christians would like the video because he killed the nigga at the end. But no, they don't, because they're hypocrites. And it's not about that. It's about making sure that we're teaching our kids the right way to live, when in actuality it's just more homophobic violence and heteronormative ideas that really don't take us anywhere in life. But that's besides the point. The problem with what he's saying, and just in general what all these people are saying, is that they're demonizing Lil Nas X for something that's important to talk about. These people who make this kind of art, who aren't afraid to go against the grain, are likely in situations that did not benefit them in the first place. Like, as a gay black man, I can see how Lil Nas X, or if he's anything else under the LGBTQ plus spectrum, I don't see him fitting in, because even though the idea of like homophobia isn't directly in the Bible and it was instituted socially in, like, I believe it was the mid 40s, there's no space for him to be in there to be like, oh yeah, we accept you. It's we accept you if you like women. It's we accept you if you don't have sex and do this, when it's like, no, you're very judgmental people. The problem with this idea is that y'all are pushing the idea about a fear of God onto people who may not believe the same as you. And I've seen tweets today, people are like, y'all don't fear God enough. Y'all think being with Satan is cool. It's like, nah, that's not what this is. People just don't care. Like, everybody doesn't believe the same things that you do. Everybody doesn't work on the same moral ground and standard as you. And obviously there's objective and subjective ways to look at it, but this is very subjective because religion is not something you can talk about objectively. Religion is always based in belief. Belief is never a fact. It's belief. It's the same as opinion. In my opinion, something exists out there. Is it a God? Is it Jesus? Is it all this? In my opinion, no. I just don't know what it is, but I'm not going to judge you because of that. Am I going to judge the fact that you're homophobic and you believe all this very violent, very dangerous shit? Yes. But it's not because you believe in Jesus. And I think it's funnier that it's a lot of people defending a white Jesus against a black gay man. But hey, I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, and then just looking at everything that came along with it, it's opening up a bigger conversation about black people and religion, and why are we so reliant on this stuff, when really we need to be like, okay, why are we so infatuated with this idea of God, and we have to believe this, and if you don't, it's something wrong with you. It's like, why do we have to believe that? It's like, we were given Christianity as slaves. It wasn't brought here, and even if it was, it probably wasn't even the same. It was probably something else. It's probably another religion and stuff. I don't know. But we were given this as slaves, and it was seen as a salvation that we kept with. But if this salvation is used to demonize your own people, what does that make you? Like, it doesn't make you any better because you believe in God versus somebody who doesn't. Y'all are both still black. The police, when they pull you over, they aren't gonna be like, no, he Christian, he good. Or fucking, that doesn't mean that because you're Christian, when you get pulled over, that somehow you're gonna get saved. No, the police can still kill your ass. And it's fucked up that sometimes this religion can get in the way of our feelings on justice. Like, I don't know if anybody remembered Botham Jean. He was murdered in his apartment, and I just remember it was either his family or people close to him who were like, we forgive you. They forgave this woman who broke into this house and murdered this man. That's dangerous. And I don't know if that necessarily goes to their religion, but something about black people and forgiveness is just it's an example of how hard white supremacy has a hold on people. It's the fact that this can happen and we just look over it and not like, look at this prosperous black man who's going into a genre not even really taken over by us. He's in a new, like, he's a pop star. He's not only a pop star, he's making art that's usually seen for white people. This demonic shit that they like to talk about, you usually only see white people doing it. And it's like, why aren't we praising him for being able to be in a field that's not necessarily for him? We aren't congratulating him or anything. It's people chastising him, like, oh, look at you being weird. What is all this satanic shit? What is all this going on? It's like, it doesn't affect you. You don't make any money by saying Lil Nas X is going to hell and there's something wrong with him. You don't get any points for that. You look like a fucking idiot. Cause think about what you're saying. You saying that you have to fear a God. Like, what does that say to people who aren't even Christian on a bare level? Because it's Sikh people who don't believe the same as you do. Do those Sikh people now go to hell? Do those Sikh people have a problem because they don't believe in God? And it even opens up a bigger question. Why do you feel as people are only saved by this religion? Why does belief in something greater determine what happens to them? How do you know? How is it that you're able to judge somebody based on what they believe and not who their person is? Like, just so, like, is it different that who knows, Malcolm X was Muslim? Does what Malcolm X do, does that all get taken away because one day we find out, oh, he probably didn't even give a fuck about being Muslim? Does all that change? Well, let's look at it even more objectively. Martin Luther King was cheating on his wife. Now, the way we look at it can change because the FBI was spying on him and they had all his sex tapes on camera and audio and shit like that. But it's like, yeah, he was cheating. That was a God-fearing man. So do y'all look at Martin Luther King any different? If he just came up one day in the audio tape and say, yeah, fuck God, does that change? Does it change everything that he did for black people? No. Why do y'all care so much? It shouldn't affect y'all. What he's doing should be more empowering to y'all because he's giving people a space to where they can be counterculture and still be accepted. He's counter the conservative belief in a lot of shit that we see now. As black people, we can think that we're progressive, but there's not a lot of progressive black people. There's still a lot of homophobia, transphobia, classism that exists. And as a black man, what he's doing is, it's not only brave, it's like it's empowering, because look at what he's doing. He's going against the grain. He's saying, look, I don't want to do what y'all do. I do what I want to do. So let him do that. Don't say that, well, he's not fitting my way of life, so it's something wrong. It's like, nobody's gonna fit your way of life. The average white man in America's way of life doesn't fit yours. Do you judge him? You likely do. A lot of black people aren't very trusting of white people. Like, well, if we're gonna be honest about it, like, even after the summer we had last year, a lot of black people aren't gonna look at white people with the most open of arms and be like, hi, my name is such and such. Because as a black person, you know that with that risk comes racism, especially when you start falling below the social hierarchy. It's like, if you're gay, you fear for your life, not only as a black person, but you're gay. As a woman, especially as a black woman, you have to fear not only being black, you have to fear as a woman. If you're somehow disabled, you have to worry about that, the ableism that comes with it, the classism that comes with it, everything else that comes with being a person. So it's like, don't try to push these ideas of what is okay and what is standard on the people who aren't subjected to that. Like, it's a privilege to be able to even believe in Christianity, because you cast people like Lil Nas X out, but then chastise him when he doesn't respect what y'all do. If y'all don't respect him, why should he respect you? Like, that doesn't make any sense. If anything, he should go even harder. If anything, like, I think him doubling down with the Satan shoes, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's smart. He's literally on your necks, making y'all look stupid right now. It's amazing, because y'all don't know what to do except say, look at you, what's wrong with you? That gun girl, what's her name? Caitlyn Bennett. She was like, do you know where your dad is? And Lil Nas X said, yep, and I might fuck yours. That is a perfect response. Perfect. Cause why do you care? You came out of your neck to talk to him, and he came back at you, and now you radio silent. This is what happens. Y'all are so, it's the cognitive dissonance and the mental gymnastics that go into a lot of this shit. That's just, it's amazing to see. And I think we really need to do better. And we not only need to uplift this, but praise it, give it more press. Just show that, look, you can go against the grain and it's okay. Cause he wasn't even being disrespectful. He just not agreeing with y'all and doing what he wants to do, which is completely fine. That's it.